Hi everyone, and welcome to our weekly video podcast that we're going to be doing here at Vox Singing Academy, discussing everything singing. So, how's your week been, Em? How's your teaching week been?
Still alive. I think this week, well, counting upcoming Saturday tomorrow, it's going to be the most lessons I've taught ever.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that you're.
That's been a lot.
I know that you've been slaying it for the last couple of, last month. You're our biggest working teacher at the moment, which is fantastic.
Well, that's not me. That's my students that are fantastic.
It is. Now, I know that you're working tomorrow, it's Saturday, and we've got the student concert on Sunday.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else planned in between all of this singing and all this working over the weekend? Because it's Friday. I like doing the podcast on Friday. It's a good time of the day. It's a good day, Friday. It's like the weekend's here.
Yeah, you feel like kind of accomplished.
Everyone's
things has happened.
feeling good. So I think it's a good time to run our podcast here, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so for the weekend, this particular weekend, it's just the student concert.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to it because a lot of people, despite the fact that it's going to be our last wrap-up show for the year, a lot of people will be singing for the first time.
Wow, that's great.
So when I tell them that there is this last opportunity this year, let's get you up on stage. Because stage is a huge indicator of what needs improvement the most.
Yeah.
Because usually the weakest point just drops. And for the most, I don't know whether you agree or not, for the most people, it's mainly they forget to breathe and they start forgetting lyrics on stage.
With what I've noticed with the student concert and even with my students performing is I always like to try to get the performance 110% in the studio, going over everything. So walking up on stage, grabbing the microphone, introducing yourself, and then singing your songs. I always want it 110% in the studio, because when you get to the venue, you generally knock off a percentage, 5 or 10%. So it's down to 100% now. Then and this happens with everyone, then when you get up on stage, it's always like, generally you take it a little bit off again. Sometimes people go the other way. They surprise me, like they go, oh my God, that was better than what it was in the studio. But generally nerves with everything, and everything when you're up on stage, a really big important part that we need to talk about is that's when everything in singing needs to all come together and become autopilot, because you're not thinking about it, we're just doing it all. We're doing the breathing, we're doing the support, our mouth's articulating, we know the lyrics, we know the timing, and that's just where rehearsal comes in and just practicing. Okay,
question. How long ago have you been actually nervous up on stage?
I get nervous all the time, even before I get up to do the introductions up on stage. I'm always nervous. I think it's dangerous not to be nervous up on stage. It gives me that, what am I going to say? So I'm always preparing, even what I'm saying when I'm introducing at the student concerts, as I MC at the student concerts. I think you always have to be a little bit nervous. I think that if you're not a little bit nervous, I think you're probably maybe taking it for granted a little bit, or maybe a little bit too comfortable. I don't think you should ever be too comfortable up on stage. I think you should always have a little bit of that nervous apprehension energy, that you can feed off. It's like before we were doing this podcast, it's like our first podcast, it's like, well, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this, but it's good. It's a good nervous energy. There's nothing for us to worry about because we can answer every question to do with singing, so we're just going to come here and just do the best we can. But it's a new thing, new segment we're doing. So what about yourself? You would have to be nervous before you get up on stage, before any performance.
No, and in my case, it's because I'm from a musical family.
Yep.
Like it was a normal thing that was happening around me. Going shopping to a mall is something that we never did.
Yep.
Like I didn't do this activity. I'm from a small town, and every time I'm in a crowd, like amongst the people, that freaks me out.
So do you get nervous going to a shopping mall?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Wow.
I get very scared. I just want to get things done and out as fast as I can.
I'm the same when I go to Chadstone Shopping Centre over here. Oh my God.
Scariest place on earth.
Beasts. It's a beast of a place. I don't know why people go there, but anyway, all the best to the people that go there. Anyway, back on track. So you really, so before you were doing Celtic Illusion, you weren't nervous before you went up on stage?
No.
No.
I was well, specifically with Celtic Illusion, I was nervous only once when we were playing Her Majesty's here in Melbourne, and
big theatre,
and we were filming.
Yep.
So that was very distracting. This was the first time when I've had like a camera shoved in my face, and we would do a technical run first, then we would do a costume run with close-ups, filming on stage, and then the actual show with cameras in the audience, and kind of so that the audience doesn't see most of that. And that was very frustrating, just having this red light just blinking in your face, and especially minding the fact that it's a close-up on your face, so this is what would be used.
Have you done camera training where you're not supposed to look at the camera?
Yes, I did, but this was a new experience for me, because it was not a music video.
It's good that you teach this to any of your students that are auditioning for these television reality music shows as well. So once they make it, is to not look at the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very distracting.
It is very distracting.
So I also always tell my students, and I'm telling you guys, film yourself practicing.
Yeah.
And look at the screen, like literally put your phone up, look at the screen, look at your face. This is great for tracking your mouth placements and what your neck is doing.
Yeah.
But also just put a camera up there and literally ask your mum, ask your family or friend to conduct a training interview with yourself. So whatever, well, depending on your kind of level in the training, in the business, you may need different things, but whenever you have some new experience about to come into your life, so that you are not freaking out, rehearse it, practice this experience. If you have been invited to go on a morning show for a chat and a sing, have your grandma do you a morning show at home.
So you're talking about doing interviews like we're doing this as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also very good to record yourself singing, exceptionally good to record yourself singing, because you can see your posture, you can see your breathing, you can see your articulation, pronunciation, diction, microphone technique. You can hear yourself as well too.
Which a lot of people don't like. Yes.
I think it's you have to do it. That's a way that you're going to improve, and you can critique yourself that way as well too. Mm-hmm. So that's very, very important. So you're getting your students obviously ready for the student concert.
Yep.
And how is that coming along? So you've spent a majority of your time, obviously over the last probably course of the month with these students. You've got quite a lot of students performing at the student concert over the last month, getting them ready. How's that coming along?
Fantastic. I'm very happy with some, and a couple of people got sick. Unfortunately, it happens, and they are a bit disappointed about not being able to perform. But on the other hand, other people stepped up who thought they would not be doing it, but then they're like, yeah, after a group lesson, especially in a group environment. So, like, if people think, if you guys think that only private lessons are for you, try group lessons too, because it's another environment. You get this feedback in a safe space from other people that are in the same position as yourself.
Yep.
From other students. It's awesome. There's people eyes just light up when other singers just clap and enjoy, and sometimes you just can't contain it. I have really funny footage from St. Kilda from last Wednesday. Hi girls who were at the lesson. It was really adorable sometimes, just adorable watching people open up and doing things that they didn't do in one-on-one practice.
Well, we run predominantly one-on-one lessons, but you run the group classes, and it's really so that your first-time performers can perform in front of other people.
Yes.
And get used to performing in front of bigger groups.
Yeah, I pretend to be a sound engineer who doesn't know them, and of course they forget their devices after they have performed because adrenaline is kicking in. I'm like, you can go and take your phone. Yeah, and all the phones have to be obviously in flight mode and unlocked. Like if you're using your own devices, guys, for playing anything, make sure that other people can access it while you're on stage. Sometimes in like competitions and other concert environments, you are required to send your instrumentals for mastering first, and then they will be playing from the same source. In that case, don't worry about it.
Make sure that your device is fully recharged and on flight mode. That's all. That's what I can really say.
Yep.
So that's great. So that's really what you've been focusing on.
Yeah, student concert. I'm really looking forward to the last one of the year.
And you've got, which is good. You've got a lot of first-time performers performing, which is great because it's kind of like, after the show, you can say, okay, look, we're going to work on X, X, and X over the Christmas break, and we can work on X, X, X amount of songs, and I want this done by the time we come back next year, and we're ready to go for the next student concert next year. So it's a really good, it's a good opportunity, like to say, okay, look, it's only our first show, but this is going to give us a good grounding of what you can take away and critique for them.
Yeah.
And then improve them for.
It's fantastic for goal setting.
Yes.
Yeah. Goal
setting, especially over the Christmas break. I set that with all of my students, give them what they've got to do, what songs they've got to do. Yeah. It's a busy time of the year for me as well too. I get a lot of people recording this time of the year as well too, over the Christmas break. Yeah. A lot of people recording, so I've got a lot of people recording EPs and different things like that. So
my student Emily just released her own first song that she wrote and performed at one of our student concerts.
Fantastic.
Over the year. Also, she gave me this kitty scarf for 1 year with me. Thank you, Em. And we'll put a link down below in the description of her song. It's a very sad song, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm super happy about this, and yes, for a lot of people, even if they are not confident in the beginning, this first concert is like, yeah, you freaked out, this happened, but let's work on the fact that it's not happening anymore. So we know what to fix now.
You know, it does take a lot of courage to get up there for the first time. You know, we prepare all of our students with microphone technique, but you know, there's lights, you're up on a raised stage, you know, we generally pack out there, so we generally have between, you know, 50 and 70 people there, so it's kind of daunting when you look back and there's a stream of people going all the way back there, and it's a great venue because it kind of packs them all in, so it looks like it's full, so it's a really good environment, and it's you know, it's a great accomplishment for a lot of people to get up there. You know, I know that I was speaking to one of your girls the other time who was doing the theatre, the dark-haired girl, and she said that she was in tears, you know, in your class
Megan.
beforehand doing it. It's like, and she got up there and just slayed it. It was absolutely slayed, and then did the duo after it as well too. So you know,
oh, she'd be so happy to hear it.
I think I told her that anyway. So it's yeah, very good. Good.
This is awesome. Well, Megan comes, if we're talking about students, she comes from a dancing background. We actually met in Celtic Illusion. Yep. She's a dancer from the show.
Yeah.
And Irish dancing is a very competitive environment. It's not like singing.
Yeah.
Most singers that I know support each other and collaborate each other.
Yeah.
Irish dancing competitions, yes, people have fun, but the main point is placement. It's placing. So whatever placing you get different opportunities in life with your career, with your dancing. In singing, like in our student concerts, we don't have places, and frankly, I'm so happy. And again, please don't fire me. I hate singing shows. I hate singing telly shows.
Remember
for the fact of that make people compete.
That's one of my banned words. Hate never can't. And in my classes, sorry, they're banned in my class. So
we're not in class, so I can use it.
despise that. It's bad for my karma, but that's okay. Yeah, look.
I'll take it with me. I'll take it out with me.
all social media, TV, papers. It's all about. It's about ratings. You know, they're not going to put on the front page of the newspaper that there was a suicide bomber in a Pakistani market that killed 20 people 2 days ago, because that's not going to sell papers. They're going to put about, I don't know what's on the front page, cricket, politics, whatever scandal is going on, because people are going to want to buy that. Some of the TV shows, it's about these a lot of them is about the judges carrying on, do you know what I mean, and different bits and pieces. But look, I think it's a necessary evil. I think it's more widely accepted now, and it gives people an inlet that they can also focus for. I don't think it's the be all and end all, especially in Australia, because I know personally from working with people on these shows, you hear of them, they get this record contract, next year you don't hear from them, so it's very disposable, you know, and that's just what I don't particularly like about it.
Yeah, a lot of the time you basically sign all of your creative endeavors away, and people don't talk about it, but on most shows, especially it's especially bad in the States, even if your grandma will film you singing at her birthday, she won't be able to post it because you virtually signed all of your creative endeavors away for the next however many years. And if the label thinks that you're not worth the investment, you can write however many songs you won't release them because the label wouldn't want you to. It's terrible.
There's all sorts of things like that. I know that I had a student that was one of the top people in Australian Idol, and he was doing a show, and on his banner it said from Australian Idol, and he wasn't allowed to use that. He actually wasn't allowed to say that, referring back to Australian Idol. So he actually changed it. I said to him, use Australia's favourite idol. So he changed it up, and that's how we got around that. So well, he got around that. So yeah, look, it brings singing to the forefront.
There are good competitions though out there, like Triple J. What about your student Libby?
Yes, I had a student, Libby Steele, who won Triple J Unearthed, and she.
Go Libby!
Yes, Libby's doing really well. Worked really hard last year. Was writing her own songs. Was also working with a producer doing sort of Euro pop stuff. But her heart was really writing her own stuff. Entered Triple J Unearthed, won it, and just has blown up now. Playing Queenscliff Music Festival next Friday. Playing a whole bunch of other shows all around town. So things have blown up just because she's won this, and really followed her heart. And Libby's come back into classes. I've seen Libby last year come back into classes because everything's blown up very quickly. Has to get this set, 40-minute set, 45-minute set. So this isn't just some like 20-minute quick thing, get off. It's a 45-minute, it's a full set that she's playing at the Queenscliff Music Festival. Getting it all up and going. We're rehearsing through all the songs, making sure she knows all the bits and pieces, getting her stamina up and going. So it's really great that Libby's done that, followed her dreams, and So Libby's had some time off, and getting back in the scales, making sure that she knows what to prep, how she's going to rehearse, when she's going to talk, how many songs she's going to join together, so there's not breaks in between each song. So we've been going through all that. It's exciting times. Her voice is great, and she's great. She's got this real raw, like this Adele thing, but really raw and indie, really believable. People are going to really relate to what she's doing.
What they don't know is how much you have to train to be able to actually convey your emotions confidently without actually messing up your voice.
For sure. Nothing comes without hard work, everyone's been talking about Bohemian Rhapsody, all the work that they've done, and the movie was very quick, an hour and a half, but really, Queen toured flat out for 12 years. The whole of the 70s. I think Freddie Mercury at the end of the movie said, it's album tour, and that's, you have to do a bit of work, but it's also fun. Libby enjoys doing what she's doing. And she's put in the hard work, and even she was saying to me today, she goes, I've only ever played these songs in a duo, and I've got a full band, that this is all blowing up, I've had to pull this full band together to get this going, and so the song's got a bit of a different feel to it, so it's exciting, it's great.
You've got to have her back on a podcast after the festival.
We will,
because that's going to be a very interesting retrospective.
It will be, that will be great, going from obscurity last year, just writing some songs with some producers, writing her own songs, and I was always saying to her, I was going, make sure you write your own songs. These producers were saying, do this, we can do this in Europe, and she's always wanted to write her own songs. That's been her passion. So we'll definitely ask Libby to come in and do a podcast for us. She resides in Torquay, so it's a bit of a drive here to Melbourne, but I'm sure.
Well, Skype, there are ways.
She'd love to do it. She'll come in. to do it. And in her now very busy schedule now with the festivals that she's going to be doing and things are blowing up. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say to a student? Because I have a few reluctant students who I honestly believe they can really make it. They are fantastic, they're beautiful human beings, they write amazing music, but they are so unsure in themselves, they don't even want to do student concerts. I'm about to give up on you guys. I'm gonna be telling you in class, like trying to convince you to do this. Give me an advice here, Peter.
I think in life you've got to do what you love doing, so you've got to have a passion for it. So if you love singing, just do it. Do you know what I mean? Accept your voice for the way that it is and how big it is and what it can do as well too. It's like having hair. You've got long, wavy, red hair. Some people would love to have that, but some people are curly. Accept what you've got. Do the best with what you've got. Have fun doing it. You've got to be passionate about it, because it's got to get you out of bed in the morning, because it's a hard ride. You can ask Libby. Libby been taking lessons from me on and off for years, writing her own songs. Yes, she's blown up. It's taken years though. It just doesn't happen overnight. So you've got to have a passion that's going to keep you going. You've got to work hard. You've got to enjoy it. That's really the main thing. That's all I can really say, and do the best you can, and you've got to do it a little bit every day. You've got to write. The main thing is you've got to enjoy it.
People are very afraid of rejection, I find, failure, but it's great because it makes you step away and evaluate. Is this rejection constructive? Like, is it something that I can actually work on?
We'll do a podcast next week about this, remind us. Because we really need to address this with the young kids these days. And I would really love to have, there needs to be a program in, when they first start high school, about awareness, self-awareness, and knowing yourself and being confident in yourself and your abilities and who you are and what you want to be, because there's peer group pressure, and then there's someone that says this on Facebook, and then that says this on YouTube, and I don't give two rats' asses what anyone thinks about me ever. I don't care. You can put the comments in, whatever you want, and that's your opinion. That's great. I often ask people, okay, well, what didn't you agree about this episode about falsetto? I want to know their opinion, just in case it's something I can learn and do better for next time. But there's a lot of people that are just haters out there, and they're keyboard warriors, and people have got to get over that. Yeah. Everyone's got their opinion, and everyone hides behind their keyboard, and it's more prevalent now than ever. 20 years ago, someone would have to say to you, Emily, I don't like the way you look, or you suck, and it takes a lot of strength and courage to do that to someone's face. Now everyone's doing it, and you've just got to get over it, because most of it, 98% of it is insecure. They're insecure about themselves, and they haven't got the balls to go out and do it, so they're just going to go and slag someone else to go and do it. We should have a thing about that next time. But people, and especially young kids, impressionable kids, peer group pressure, believe in yourself. Don't worry about what anyone else says. You're going to get that more so now on social media than anywhere else, because we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got YouTube, and you're just going to get bombarded by that,
Yeah. Regarding student concerts, though, I do have another question. What would you do if, do you remember your very first performance?
No, it's like a car accident.
Were you scared?
Yes.
Because unfortunately I cannot give this experience. I cannot tell people about my experience because I don't remember mine.
Yes.
But you definitely do.
Yes. One big tip that I can say is just rehearse. Rehearse what you're going to say. Rehearse walking up on stage. Get the lyrics down 110%. Rehearse weeks beforehand. People work in a different way. I know some people cram before an exam right before it. Some people want time to prepare for it. You can't do that being a performer. The stage is a sacred place. You never know who's going to be there. You never know who's performing. Look at Justin Bieber. Came third in the singing competition. Someone put it on YouTube. Whoever found him, Usher or Jay-Z or whoever found, bang, blew up. So you've got to be prepared for that, and be prepared. You've got to be prepared. That's the main thing. Even in karaoke, I think I can say for people, is prepare for karaoke. Don't go to karaoke, but if you want to take your voice seriously, learn the song inside out, back to front, so you can present the song better, and you'll see that the better karaoke singers don't look at the screen; they're just singing the song. Okay, so and then they're prepared. Be prepared and rehearse your ass off. The Rolling Stones still rehearse. They rehearse, and they always do a secret show before they play.
Mm-hmm. Sam Smith has his beautiful singing teacher, Evie Burnett. I think she was the one who basically saved his voice from being strained again. I don't know much about this story, but I follow her on a couple of social media outlets, and she seems like a very nice, genuine person and a very, very good teacher. So to all of you guys who think that you can take a couple of lessons to polish your vocals, here is a nugget of wisdom. Most of us singing professionals still have our singing lessons. We need somebody's second opinion always. Somebody to rein us in and correct and say, well, this doesn't sound nice today. Maybe you didn't drink enough water, or help you out with your warm-ups, just tell you to not push your voice too much, or help you adjust if you're having pitching issues, adjust your in-ear monitoring settings, or just take them out completely. Yeah. So
with Sam Smith though, I was reading that he had he had nodules, but he had some big lifestyle changes as well. So I know that he was, I think.
Well, I don't know much about his life on Amazing Singer, obviously.
But he looks a lot better now. He's trimmed down. And I know he's had some lifestyle changes because by what I've read, it seemed like he was always partying up. But you're being a singer as well too. Another piece of advice: you're a physical instrument. The better guys take this on board, the better that you feel, the better that you're going to sound. If you're hungover and tired, your voice is going to sound hungover and tired. You've got to take care of it. It's different to being a guitarist or a drummer or a bass player. You can get up there and be tired and sort of get through that. But being a vocalist, you've got to put your whole body into it. And you're a physical instrument, and it's tougher than what people think. It is.
I once told guys in a band I was with, they would refuse to pitch down a song for me. And I tried to explain them, and I found a really good analogy, I feel like. So if you singers have problems communicating with your band members about necessity to change things, tell them that these things can be changed. There are 6 of them. One of them breaks, you replace it. We have 2. Yeah. That's all we have. There are 2 of those sitting there like a tiny curtains, 1.5 mm thick, and we abuse them and use them, and it's really, really important that your musicians support you. Also for singers who think that it's important to sing as high as you possibly can, it isn't.
No.
Nobody cares about that.
No. You want to sing the best you can and have fun doing it. Doesn't matter what key you're singing in. There are great low singers: Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra. The list goes on and on and
Tracy
on.
Chapman.
Tracy Chapman. Even with what Libby Steele was bringing in today. Yeah. Huge range, guys. Check out Libby Steele. Really great low range, and in and out of falsettos, impeccable. Huge high range. Sounds like Aretha Franklin. Scary strength, and just amazing. But get the best out. Do the best with your voice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I love high singers. I love low singers. I think we should wrap it up. Emily, is there anything else you want to put in before we finish up here today?
Drink water.
Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Have fun, and that's really the main thing. Have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. Thank you for watching, and if you've found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. If you want to learn more about your voice, please post your questions in the comments below. If we pick out one of your questions to do a video segment for, you will win a free lesson with myself or one of my fantastic singing teachers. So until next time, aim high, chase your dreams, believe in yourself, and have fun singing.
Voice Singing Academy.